I firmly believe building and investing is very much like surfing. I don't know if any of you guys surfed. I know this is not the natural spot to ask this question, right? There's not a lot of water around us, but I surf. And when I surf, I often think a lot about it, how actually the historic example of jockey and horse is not very true. I think it's actually more about surfing. So the way I think about it is really, you have the surfer, okay? And the surfer might be a serial entrepreneur, might be a person who's super experienced, might be a person who has an extremely deep domain knowledge, has maybe differentiated local know-how about his market. So when I travel to Vietnam, for instance, finding a local entrepreneur that explains me the nuances of his territory helps me really build comfort in building a hypothesis about that market. The surfer not only understands his market, but he also understands the spots and the timing. So like if I look at it, what's the spot, right? Like here in pictures expressed, does it produce predictable waves? So are there waves coming in that we can surf? What is the timing of these waves? Is the wave small or is the wave big? Is there maybe nobody surfing, which is perfect. There's no competition and there are large waves and they're beautiful, right? That's something where I get very interested. But there might be also something under the surface, which you don't see. I don't know if you can see this, but that's a shark, okay? Maybe there's nobody surfing there because there's actually sharks or there's reefs. So sometimes when you assess your market, there might be nuances, what I call the graveyard, of like so many reasons why you shouldn't be active in that space. So when you're building your own company and you're asking yourself, hey, what are the reasons for going after this market? I refer to it as the spot, right? So a certain spot on your island produces perfect waves. So to put it together, a surfer who brings me to his island and tells me, let's go to this one spot. There's no competition whatsoever. There are beautiful, large, predictable waves that are coming. There's a very center, there's this one rock that produces that breaking point where you can just easily catch one wave after the other. That's the best case scenarios without any sharks or without any reefs, you know? So, and that's how I think about it. So if you think like this one, predictable, nice waves, no competition. This one, not so good, there's sharks, there's danger zone. This one, not so good because decent wave and competition on the wave. This one, not surfable, breaks very unpredictable. And this one, there are no waves. Why are you going out to surf a wave, right? So the same, like in the wave, the best case scenario, again, I mean, we see different scenarios. Competition is one, timing of the wave is another, size of the wave, super important, because in the end, sometimes you have really talented teams with either the wrong timing or the wrong spot. And when the spot is wrong, you cannot change the spot. And the surfer cannot force a wave to break. We invested in a company called Bharat in this country. I don't know if you're familiar with Bharat, but it's essentially a new way to leverage UPI at the point of sales for the long tail merchant, if you will, offline merchant. So like all of a sudden you're going in a QR code that aggregates all the different wallets, and I think we have in total here 90 wallets in this country. So like the merchant has to put 90 stickers previously to accept all these different QR codes, right? It's a mess. But with the creation and the regime shift of sort of UPI and the India stack, within the last 2 years, there was this chance to go after, so you had the right timing, this chance to go after QR code aggregation. Number one, standardization. Number two, UPI. Number three, IMPS, right? So you can real-time consolidate all the QR codes under once, have merchant acceptance for all 90 wallets, real-time consolidation, payout as zero fee. So it's a nightmare of any card network, like a Visa or MasterCard, actually. But the timing is essential. It wouldn't have worked 4 years ago. It wouldn't have worked 6 years ago. It's now.